Ja, jetzt wird's spannend. Mit dem Affen im Keller reden hier.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Why? Is there some way I could be of assistance? Were you able to recover what you were looking for?
Hm.
Good news, then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no? Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that?
Hm. Puh.
That's quite the claim, Captain. I hate to think what would happen if such a patently untrue statement reached the ears of the Cabinet. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
Hm.
Of course. Do I look like I'm in any position to do what you're describing? So I'd very much appreciate your agreement to not share what you found.
Was?
We wouldn't want anyone else jumping to conclusions now, would we? You know, you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I
Spuck
did
aus,
it.
Junge, los.
The Terramorph attacks on Tau City. New Atlantis. My doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I. Figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have
Hm.
thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Nope.
You can be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
Hm.
Easy to say now, but at the time, I didn't know the Lazarus plant couldn't be plucked from the ground and used to cause even more death. I wasn't going to allow another dangerous variable to be added to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed Christ when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You. Can't remember the many lives you've taken. Orlays was the man whose death you brought about around the moon of Etheria. The pilot of the Warlock. The man I had to eliminate. To hide my secret.
Dann wäre er auf jeden Fall immer drauf gegangen, denke ich mal.
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands. All without the UC realizing whom they were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective. Why would I want to be in the good graces of the people who control my very life? I don't know, Captain. Maybe I still dream of a life outside these walls someday. A new face would be needed, of course, but it wasn't an impossibility. Though now, I'm not so sure. Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. Maybe more. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. Something befitting the dedication to the colonies you two have shown. While of course they can't give you a command, responsibility like that has to be earned. The Cabinet does have access to considerable resources. I expect you'll be quite pleased with the result. And none of it would have happened without my intervention.
Co spinnt er?
You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the Terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlez's role in the attacks to the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlez and Orlez alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
Hm.
Hunting down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over. You would help me, like you did with Orlez. Track them down and keep them from doing harm to the United Colonies. Impossible, though, if the cabinet learns I'm the one responsible for the attacks. And how many have you killed to get where you are now? There are no great works that don't cost lives, Captain. Whether it's winning a war or digging a tram tunnel. So we sacrificed a few dozen in the attacks to possibly protect millions. That seems like a fair exchange to me. I only hope you'll see the same and leave my name out of the discussions to come.
Mann, Mann, Mann.
Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain. We've done something great here. Let's not squander the opportunity to do more.
Alter Verwalter. Nehme ich den mal lieber mit, den Affen. Die Affen. Steht wieder. So, fast überladen.
It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. But talking about this, remembering all
no.
those years. Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends. Yes, very. It was not what I was expecting. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter, for they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them. It was, in ways I did not understand at the time, and so it has bothered me ever since. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo, and zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them. "10 years. I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away. No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find. I have no doubt they were resourceful. Still, how badly were their lives damaged by that moment? In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but
Ja, Mama, komm, Taki, Taki.
I know it will be easier with you at my side. I am not sure I will find any comfort in it, but I think it is important nonetheless. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
So, was machen wir mit dem Affen im Keller da? Blöde Situation.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
Jetzt. Von oben schon, oder? Hä? Nicht zum Aufzug? Oh.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
Somehow, after all that has transpired, he still believes himself to be the hero. He created this whole situation
los?
just so others would
Hallo.
see him the way he sees himself. But all it has done is further expose him for what he really is.
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again. I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens of people. And I'm not about to let him get away with something like that. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs. It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything else he's done, is unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in. See if they have a preference. They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the Terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asylees, we're at least dealing with known risks.
Tja, scheiße.
And here we go.
Ja. Starten wir mal die Show.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true? This report comes from a particularly confidential source both you and I are familiar with, yes. Among the reasons its findings are so alarming. Now, is it true? Was the attack on New Atlantis planned?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orles commit these attacks, Captain?
Or lays.
Well, ma'am, it seems your report is incorrect. Francois Sanon was responsible for the attacks.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation your group is leveling. Seeing as Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
Ja, los.
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this. And said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vivictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately. That's truly disconcerting to hear. But cutting off Vivictus's contact with the outside world is likely to be just the beginning of his punishment. I'm not sure I see why someone with UC blood on their hands would merit leniency. But I will note your request when the decision is made. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy. But we'll ensure its growth is contained, that access to the plant is only permitted via highly regulated clearances, and that our troop presence on Londinian is increased.
Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
A show of good faith now would display a willingness to change. It would be seen as a sign that the secrecy and deception is behind you.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the collective involved in the management.
Nice, nice.
Thank you for the suggestion, Captain.
Immer gerne.
So then, to our final topic.
Abendessen.
The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also heat leach presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Asylees are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
The first step in a bold new future.
Bolder, better, and brighter. Well, I need to write that one down for later.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods.
Das ist gut.
And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
Auch kein Penthouse.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Nice.
Captain, I guess we've got our assignments. I just wanted to say, I could have never guessed where all this was going to lead. But now, knowing what I do, that my father truly is the monster I always thought he was. Well, I've just spent a lot of my life in pursuit of the truth. So, you bringing it straight to me, it just means a lot. The best ones certainly do. You know, I was thinking, while we were there on the podium, if I wanted to try and see him again. After all, it could be my last chance. But I knew the answer before I even finished the thought. I didn't.
Wieso nicht?
Because
Gehen wir kurz
confronting
runter.
him, what would I gain from that?
Ja, stimmt
From
doch.
letting him remind me I can never truly be rid of him.
Nur lieber Kaffee trinken.
Nothing. Now, all I'd be doing is acknowledging that he still has some sway over my life.
Oder Indoor surfen.
And while I can't do anything about his role in my past, I'm not about to let him control my future.
Oder ist das hier diesen
And
Spiel?
thanks to what we've done together, that future is brighter than it has been in a long time. Words can't do justice to how grateful I am for that. You know I can't do that. I've got an assignment. But I wouldn't be upset if you came by the HQ every now and then. Remind me how much I owe you. Well, I think it's safe to say you succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams. It's been an honor, Captain. Good luck out there.
Servus. Wo muss ich denn hin? Ist hier unten im Tower, richtig? Im Ernst? Der Aufzug doch schneller und sicherer gewesen. Scheiße. So schnell zum Tor gehen. Sanft blicken. Will ich irgendeinen Shit klauen hier?
There are a few injuries that can't be addressed here. Welcome to a real...
All right, what can I do? Well, you certainly do. Some good old-fashioned... Everything looks good.
May you remain in good health.
Das Shit abladen. Was weitergeht. Weil jetzt schon überladen.
Well, well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain.
Man dankt, man dankt.
No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself.
I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount.
Wie viel?
And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Affilion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
12 Steine, nicht schlecht.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you? Suppose that's true. Well, we can remedy that right now. Transferring that to you. Done. Report says ships at these coordinates fired on United Colonies craft.
Ah, ganz neues anfangen.
You're cleared to use lethal force if necessary.
Ach du Scheiße, was ist denn passiert?
Attackers were equipped.
Nicht mehr so viel tragen. Hast du immer noch gebrochene Haxen? Scheiße. Naja. Laufe ich mal ganz entspannt zur U-Bahn. Oh. Ja halt. Was? Messages bleiben nicht lange noch. Welche Mission ist denn aktiv? Penthouse rein. Achso.
I see it with my own eyes. It is still hard to believe.
There's a bit more in the back if you're not seeing something. Oh, please, take a look.
So, wie sie Shit verkaufen. Trackers Alliance Power Pack. MacPulse. Lawgiver. Weg damit. Was mit Rüstung? Master Clipstick weg. What? Komm, Trinkgeld den Rest.
Oh, please, take a look.
Ich habe vergessen, was ich noch brauche für die Base. Resources. Fire müsste ich ohne eine haben. Ornamental Material. Tja. Passt.
Thanks for coming in.
Musst du was ins Schiff umladen? Ist nicht so geil, so viel Platz. Eine Rüstung. Ich kenne noch eine. Schauen, was die Dame noch Digipix hat.
Oh, please, take a look.
Was hat die eigentlich für Klamotten? Den habe ich noch nicht, oder? Trackers Alliance. Sie sind Namen für das Ding, 15 Steine. Mit 10. Und den gönn ich mir mal hier.
Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
Gerne, gerne. Ups, wie viel war das? Okay. Auch die 120. Schon bezahlen wir. Guten Tag. Ich bin Rank 1 Citizens. Ich muss hier mal ran. Ah, das ist das ja gar nicht. Nutzen die Dinger? Bei mir in der Base, oder?
New Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security, does it not?
Das sieht gut aus. Aber was passiert mit meinem blöden Bounty? Da habe ich echt keinen Bock drauf. Kein Risiko eingehen, erst nochmal speichern. Jetzt aber. Hä? Ich bin am Schlauch. Da. Chillen. hab mal Gakonia. Können wir gleich nach Aquila. Andrea. Nice. Sind irgendwelche... Nee. Habe ich alle gekillt anscheinend. Schauen, ob die Figuren noch da sind. Alle noch da. Nice. Tja. Komme ich nicht aufs Schiff? Spacesuits. Advanced Ecliptic. Navigator. Den habe ich noch im Schiffchen, ja? Achso, klar, den hatte ich vorher an. Mal verticken. Trackers Alliance habe ich zweimal. Erstens 20%, ne plus 20 Carry Capacity, das bringt gar nichts. Sister Pack. Wow. Ein Deepseeker. Dann haben wir nochmal wieder so ein Gestell. So, noch den Deckel. Mercenary habe ich 2. 3, noch einen geklauten. Oh, endlich den Bounty. Schocktroop habe ich ohne Ende. Muss das hier nicht im Wert steigen? Hier mit den Extras. Alles verticken. Hammer Tracker. 7 Kilo wiegt das Ding. Fehlt noch der Helm, ja? Ranger Deckel fehlt mir noch. Marine. Limp cured. Don't use es immer noch. Geil. High School Backpack. Art Survival. Ja, welche war das jetzt noch? Deep Mining. Ja, das ist hier falsch. Okay. Wie gehe ich nochmal in den Build-Mode? Outpost R. Dann einmal zurück. So, das Tab, ja. Just die bekommst du jetzt hier. Tja, geiles Teil. Richtig gutes Zeug. So. Deep Seeker. Wie? Ich jetzt den Helm weggemacht oder was? So. Radiation. Dann lasse ich die mal hier. So aus. Build Mode Tab. So, und jetzt? Noch Spacebots draußen. Bounty Hunter, and Mercenary. Was zur Hölle geht denn ab? Also Ranger fehlt mir. Das ist nur ein Anzug. Deep Seeker, Mantis. Der auch noch. Veterans. Ist das der? Airborne Resistance. Oh, hat er. Spacesuit? Ah, hier. Trackers Alliance. Habe ich ein System? war denn das nochmal? Vanguard? Das ist geil. Navigator. Recon. Der da hier. Ground Crew. Tja, dann hau den auch schon mal hier drauf erstmal. Out and calibrated ist. Na? Was zur Hölle? Okay. So, jetzt mal die Mantis-Rüstung. Wo habe ich die denn gelassen? Wo ist denn die Lady? Nope. Vielleicht hier? Schrauben? Sarah, wo bist du? Bist du unten? Das ist das Raumschiff. Tja, dann rennt die draußen rum. Sam ist auch nicht da. Schwer verletzt. Das war das Fenster hier, schön. Lackieren kann ich nicht. Checken, wo sind denn die Vögel? Komisch. Das wird der Mantis hier. Okay. Mercenary. Fehlt noch ein Figürchen. Gut. Kann ich mal mit neuen Rüstungen testen. Was ist das eigentlich für ein Shit? Helium 3 liegt hier rum. Ich denke, dass hier keine Sau ist. Und die Waffen auch noch. Aber Medipacks, was ich da machen kann. Die war ja nur Shit. Also, Chemistry ein Punkt oder was? Wie viel habe ich denn? 2? Na, ich warte noch eine Runde. Zieh ich lieber nochmal los hier. Noch Ammo für das Ding? Egal, weg. Wow, nice. Und noch einkleiden hier. Jetzt. Noch nicht fertig, Kollege. Aber wiegt nix. Was war denn das? UC-Gedöns? Komisch. No value. Tara. 24. Ist ja gar nicht. Okay. Nur 550. Ist aber geil. Okay, dann mal. Oh, das ist natürlich blöd. Haben wir gar nichts zur Auswahl. Ja, nehmen wir mal den, was soll's. Power Pushback, das ist nicht immer gut. Alle verticken. Crew. Okay. Noch ein Deckel. Value ist aber ganz gut. Armor. Advanced Shock Troop. Explorer. Mercenary. So viele von den Deckeln. Corrosive 20. Nur den Explorer hier. So. 10 Granaten. 5 Minen findet man immer mehr als man braucht. So. Shipparts sind hier drin, ja. Muss ich mal verticken hier. Okay, einen davon. Geschlungene Trauma Packs. Oh. Das langt. So. Ein paar Wummen. Gibt's hier keine Kategorien, Mensch? Hab ich noch eine hier? Ne, alle weggehauen. Okay. Gar nicht getestet, den Scheiß. Was liegt denn die? 5. Range 19. Ja, die macht schon Bock. Langt. Die ist noch auf der Zahl, ja. Schön Griff hinten dran zum Wegwerfen. Okay. So, dann weiter einrichten. Wie sieht denn das Ding hinten so abgefuckt aus? Ach, das ganze Teil ist abgefuckt. Mining. Das Ding hieß Earth Tracker. Okay. Ja, doch. Aber jetzt machen erstmal die Bounties weg. Wo sind die Terminals? Gut. Hm. Das ist natürlich blöd. Wo ist denn Sarah jetzt eigentlich? Und Sam sind verschwunden.
Can we speak for a moment? If there is something I can do, please, say so. If we are to find Aaron, we should start by looking for him at Aggie's bar in the... Certainly. He is a quiet man, reserved. I believe he had lived through a great many hardships, though he never spoke of them. I never felt it proper to ask. He valued his personal space and quiet moments. It was one thing we always shared in common. Years ago, I had heard he was alive, but did not attempt to contact him. I did not feel it was right. I hope this is not a mistake. I do not know, not for sure. I did not see them fall that day. I admit I have not investigated before now, at least in part because of...
Na, finden wir schon raus. Komm.
House Varun is in a distant corner of space, far away from the... While this serves our interests, it can also pose challenges. Many critical resources are scarce.
Ja, ja.
It was the most practical way to acquire what we need.
Okay, check.
Very well.
Personal
You do not need
questions?
to ask me if you may. You might find it absurd, but honestly, the lodge. I have never been surrounded by such a remarkable... It has been a very long time since I have been someplace that could possibly feel like home. There are worlds beyond count out there, but that... I have done so in the past, when necessary, but I am not the best pilot, and it seems prudent to apply my skills where they are most useful. And that, I think, has worked out very well. Honestly, so many years have been driven by survival in intense circumstances. Leisure time it's been in short supply. And I suppose I have conditioned myself to not think about it much. I do enjoy combat training, though I suppose that is hardly the answer you're looking for. You have given me something to consider. Thank you for that. Goodbye. For now.
Was? Vendor Credits? Achso, verstehe. Okay. Ich will mal testen hier.
Hey, what can I do for you? Nothing for us to do.
Ach so, das Schiff wird sie. Okay. Kurz reingucken.
If you're looking for a weapon, I've got you. Don't make me regret.
Ach, Rüstung hat die gar nicht. Hm.
He is not here. I am... You're right. I'm sorry. Someone here must know more. We should inquire about him. If you have the time, I wish to...
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Shit. Cloud or was?
Might not be the biggest selection in town, but our liquor gets the job done as well as any. I can guarantee you that.
You ain't here looking for Erin.
So?
She is.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Aggie. I was unsure whether you would remember me.
I ain't likely to forget you anytime soon. I don't know. You tell me. You're the one blundering in here with her in tow, asking questions. I heard you ain't deaf. She didn't ruin Aaron's life enough the first time, huh? Back for more?
Ruined his life? How dare you?
Did she tell you what she did to him? How she left him bleeding on some godforsaken rock in the middle of nowhere? No? Were you there? Aaron told this story so many damn times over the years, I feel like it's... Aaron sat in that corner for years, scared of his own shadow, convinced the damn zealots were coming back to finish the job. The few credits he had to rub together that didn't get spent on drink, he spent on setting himself up someplace where they couldn't find him. Wouldn't trust anyone that walked through the door. Only ever talked to me when he was drunk enough. If either of you cared, you wouldn't just be showing up now. Aaron ain't been in here for almost a year now. Showed up one day saying he'd gone and got himself set up on Hyla too, thanking me for letting him stay here so often. It was the closest I'd seen him to happy in I don't know how long. And that was it. Never came through the door again.
Did he ever mention me?
You mean, did he blame you? That's what you want to know. I know guilt when I see it. Don't try and deny it.
Fine. Did he blame me?
No. Believed you were one of the good ones, right up until the last time I talked to him. Me? I don't think your kind has good ones.
My kind?
I know what you are. You take your holier-than-thou bullshit and your great serpent and shove 'em.
You dare insult me like this when I have come to you asking for help. I should kill you where you stand. Fine. Fine. Let us leave this place at once.
Well, this has been so much fun.
Na, geht.
You see Aaron, you tell him I got a bottle of his favorite stashed away if he ever shows up again. But honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't.
I trust you are well.
You get that inventory done?
Sure did.
And you put in that order with Shepard?
Yes, ma'am.
You're a damn sight more reliable.
We have something to go on, at least. I am grateful that you showed some compassion.
Most of it, sure, but maybe not that much.
While I got you here, I did want to say something. I ain't the best at expressing gratitude, but it really means a lot.
And yet it is my past we are trying to clear up. That is... It means a lot. I'm eager to reach Hyla too, and speak to Aaron. Perhaps there is something we can do to help him. Provide him...
Tja, was machen?
Look after yourself, hm?
Was denn der Felsen? Ach du Scheiße. Heiler.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Schlecht. Dann hauen wir runter die Schüssel.
Hello, Captain.
We should be on our guard here. If we could detect the camp from orbit, it means others could too. And I have no idea what fortifications he may have. When we arrive, would you let me speak to him first?
Klar.
Thank you. From what Aggie said, it sounds like he has been rather paranoid for years now. That, too, I fear, is my fault. Let us proceed slowly and carefully. I do not want to antagonize him.
So, was hat denn der Vogel hier oft? Wir brauchen einen Haxen aber noch. Na, ernst. Ich habe noch schon irgendwas reingeballert gerade, oder nicht? Der Arzt hat auch nichts gebracht. So, was kann ich hier tragen? 150, ja. Ui. Kommen wir gerade richtig. Was zur Hölle ist das denn? Warum habe ich keinen Scope auf dem Ding hier? Wow, mein neues Raumschiff. Wow, nice. Wie inaccessible. The fuck? Ist da jemand drin? Ich will mal gucken. Ach, das ist doch. Hier rein. Oh. Oh wow. Meinst du Kunst? Credits. Kaffee. Toast. Cooler Laden hier. Oh wow. Ja, eine ordentliche Waffe hier. Los. Im Ernst? Ach, weil ich eine scheiß Rüstung habe vielleicht. Ewig nicht mehr gestorben. Also alles nochmal.
Always worth checking. I don't know what you might find in their pockets.
Okay. So noch überlaufen, das Shotgun. Oh, still. Nothing over here.
Good one. Come on.
Korrekt. Tja, Granaten schmeißen ist nochmal können hier. Außerdem nervig. Oh, eingetreten, Freundchen. testen seine Wumme. Ja, ein Messerchen kostet was, ne? Mal heilen. Und ich muss los. Mist, das war's für heute.